Today I'm taking with the Trycoo mini PC. So we got our user manual. That tells us how to connect it to get this guy running. So there it is. It's a nice little light blue. We got a caution on here. So this actually tells us exactly how to get into BIOS. So we got delete for that. F7 for the boot menu. BIOS settings are risky, so that's good caution. And to tear this off before using it. A nice fancy rainbow label on there. On the front we got our power switch. We got two USB 3.0 ports, a USB-C port, headphone jack, and we have a pin reset right there on the side. Some ventilation on that side. There's our power port, Ethernet, two USB 2.0 ports, and two HDMI ports. And then more ventilation on that side. So here's our power supply. It's 100 and 240 volts. That's good for international or domestic. Outputs 3 amps at 12 volts. So this is going to be a very power sipping PC. We've got our HDMI to HDMI cable. We have a mounting bracket, so if we want to put this on the back of a TV, we can have the entire computer sitting on the TV. And we got our mounting screws. We just attach this adapter with those screws, and then attach this to a VESA mount. So I'm going to plug in power. I'm going to plug in HDMI. So you do have an LED indicator on there to let us know that it is on. And I'll plug my mouse dongle in. Okay, so pick that up right away. And this does look like it's going to have Windows 11 already on it. And you can leave these on. I typically turn all these off. That is going to be up to you. Okay, so that didn't take too long at all. We are currently booted up. You can see right now, you got everything right here in the bottom center. I typically like putting that on the left. So taskbar behavior, and instead of center, I'll put that on left. Okay, so one thing I can say right now is that it is very snappy. We do not currently have the internet. Let's go ahead and turn that on. And we'll connect. So that's nice. So that means that this computer does have a Wi-Fi card built in. You still can't connect that directly with the Ethernet if you prefer, but having the Wi-Fi is a handy feature. So now I'm going to go to settings, and we will do a Windows update. And we can see we do have a bunch of updates, so I'm going to go ahead and let that download and install, and we will come back to it. So we are booted up, and I want to see if this is going to be strong enough to actually do a little gaming. Okay. So that looks like that is capable of playing some EVE Online. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not an incredible experience, but I mean, the fact of the matter is you can actually play some games on here. So that's something. I'm going to see how far I can push that, and we'll plug in our second monitor while we are gaming. Okay, it did pick that up. Okay, and there we go. So now I got one of my videos playing here on the right. I've got the game here on the left. This is, I mean, granted, I get the video settings turned way down on EVE Online. The fact of the matter is I can play it while watching a video. 2 monitors, this thing actually works for that. That is fairly impressive. Here I got OBS. I want to see if this is capable of running that. And there we go. So yeah, that is fully capable of running that. It runs nice and smooth. You can see how fast that mouse is responsive in all the other windows. This thing could definitely stream no problem whatsoever. I'm going to run Crystal Disk Mark. We have one drive in here. It has 476 gigabytes, so it's a 500 gigabyte drive. Let's go ahead and do a speed test on that. Got about 500 megabytes per second there on the read as well as on the write, so that is a perfectly capable SSD. See, this has 16 gigabytes of RAM, so that is excellent. We do have the N100 in there. We got 500 gigabytes of storage, and this is Windows 11 Pro, so that's important. This isn't Windows 11 S mode or anything like that. This is the full version of Windows 11 Pro. And let's go ahead and run Cinebench. So this is a quad-core processor. Let's go ahead and see how that actually runs. Okay, so we got a score of 192, so not great, but not terrible either. The fact of the matter is, we already know that this guy can run a game as well as output video to a second monitor at the same time. So I am overall very impressed with this little guy. I've tried a handful of mini PCs in the past. They've all been okay. This one blows all those out of the water, and that is just with the N100. So I'm curious to see what the N150 is going to be like. Overall, that is a very nice little PC.